are and what you do.
Okay, then. My name is Christina Colchado. I'm with the Southwest Fair Housing Council. I'm the Fair Housing Specialist, and what that entails is the intake and enforcement of fair housing complaints. And also, we do some systemic investigations of housing throughout the state of Arizona. And I think that's the part that Savannah's talking about you helping us with. We are essentially the secret shoppers of the housing industry. And so that's someone that we refer to as a tester. No, it's not a test like college. There isn't a pass-fail. We're just testing the industry. And so that's the term that's kind of stuck.
Yeah, so what exactly is testing? Like, what is the process of when you receive a complaint and going about the testing process? What does that really mean?
So testing is basically looking at housing interactions. So what we want to see is how people are being treated when they go out to do a housing transaction. And a housing transaction can be anything. It can be going to rent an apartment, buy a house, get a loan, refinance a loan, mobile homes, purchasing, park rentals, and insurance for those homes. So what we're doing is we're sending people out of different races, national origins, ages, to see how everyone is being treated. So it's basically a mystery shopping, not for the purpose of customer service and right prices the way stores and restaurants do, but more along the lines of just to make sure that everyone's being treated equally.
Awesome. So why is testing important to our process, for housing providers, for the entire complaint process? Why is it important?
So testing is actually, while it's really great for the complaint process, it actually is a good thing for everyone, for not just the consumers, but the providers as well, because sometimes I want to believe that they don't realize what they're doing is incorrect. And so we're not a Mission Impossible. We don't have that playing in the background. We're not looking for the bad guys. We're looking for equal treatment. And that's our goal. Our goal is equal housing for all people. The protected classes federally and the local protected classes. So testing allows us, if someone comes in with a complaint and they say, you know what, I think I'm being treated badly, and I think I'm being treated badly because I have a disability or because I have kids. Now, the Fair Housing Act protects disabilities and familial status. So what we would do is we would test that company and see how things are going. And sometimes, okay, maybe an agent may be saying something they don't really understand is completely wrong. One of the best ones that we've dealt with for that is the concept of the adult swim. When a pool has a specific hour that says it's for adults only, and that violates the Fair Housing Act with regards to familial status. You cannot exclude children from the use of the property or amenities at the property. And many times managers will be like, well, but we want to keep it quiet there. We want to make sure that adults can do lap swims and not have any issues. Then address that. Say it's quiet swim time, but don't exclude children, because at that point in time, it does become the fair housing violation. So that's what testing can tell us. Testing sometimes lets us know if an apartment complex is segregating, if they're keeping persons of color in one section of the complex, if they're keeping families in another section of the complex. And many times an agent will try and say something along the lines of, well, we're doing this for you. We're trying to make sure that you're living by people that you get along with or that are more like you. And that can be also problematic. And sometimes we only find that true evidence in testing. So that's why it's really important for with a complaint or even just checking the industry that we see how agents are responding to different situations.
Right, and so just so everyone's aware, Christina did touch on, that family status and, discrimination against race, disability are all, protected under the Fair Housing Act. So in case you're not aware, the Fair Housing Act protects people against discrimination against their race, color, national origin, religion, family status, disability, and sex, which does include sexual harassment, sexual orientation and gender discrimination. So for anyone who was not aware what the Fair Housing Act protects, that's what it does. And so that's what Christina is referring to for, testing. It's when we receive complaints where someone feels that they've been discriminated against for one of those reasons. And then that's when testing can become, really beneficial. So how can, we want people to become involved with their organization. How can people become a tester? Because we are hiring for that at all times, really. And yeah, how's that process go about?
So becoming a tester is one of the easiest things in the world. You just got to apply. And so there is an online application at our website, swfhc.com. And I do believe it's under a couple different links. One, job opportunities, one, become a tester. It also is, I believe, linked when you go to look and see about filing a complaint online. So you can file a complaint with our organization online as well. And so it's all there on our website. Once you've completed your application, there's some really important questions. One of the things to remember is that we do ask your race, your color, your national origin, your age, and your gender, particularly because they're protected classes. And so if I'm looking at something and I want to see how they're treating Hispanics, I'm going to need a Hispanic tester. So I need to know who you are. Because of the basis of our work, it isn't an illegal question. We get a lot of times they're like, oh, you can't put that on an application. It's there for a very specific reason. It is not there to it doesn't have a bearing on whether or not you'll be hired. If that's not the rationale, but it is something that we do need to know. We always joke that, hey ladies, if you become pregnant, we kind of need to know when you're a tester, because you've just changed who you are. You're now protected under the familial status portion.
Yeah.
It changes you. So it's not, I don't care, congrats to you, but it does change your protected class. And it is an important thing to notice and be aware of, especially for testing.
Great. And also, testers do get paid, correct? So it's not just a volunteer.
So we beat the city of Tucson, state of Arizona. We're at the 15 already. So it is 15 an hour. Pre-pandemic, there was mileage. Everything in the world is pre and post-pandemic. So pre-pandemic, right, it was $15 an hour plus mileage. We have yet to start back face-to-face or in-person types of tests, but we are doing phone testing, and so you still are paid for your time. And basically the concept is that anytime you're doing something for us, it's time that you're on the clock for us. So that's reviewing your assignments, that's completing your paperwork, that's doing the phone calls. So it is an hourly position in that manner. It is not, unfortunately, something that I can say you're going to get absolutely 5, 10, 15, 20 hours per week. The position is termed as part-time temporary because it is grant-based. So it really depends on the grants that we have running at the time. Right now, most of the time we have multiple, and so there are different grants that you would be working under. But we can never, unfortunately, guarantee a certain amount of hours. We always joke that this job is not your rent money, it's your pizza and beer money. It's your brand new shoes money. So don't depend on it to pay a bill, but boy, you can really save up for that great new purse.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks, Christina, for talking to us about that. And like she said, if you are interested, you can head to our website, swfhc.com, for more information. And you can also, contact us through our website as well. So thank you so much, Christina.
No problem. Good talking to you.